Breathe deep. Imagine your legs more limber in Duluth Trading Double Flex Denim. Envision euphorically squatting for that can of suds, bending for your toolbox in a state of bliss, lunging for your laser level on a whole new level. Relax and allow the flex to fill you with ability. Find your inner flex in Double Flex Denim only at Duluth Trading.
You don't technically need this car. You say that out loud to yourself. You say, I have no space. You say, I'm just looking. Then you click. Then you zoom in on photo number 87 and whisper, oh no. Then you text a friend, the one who always enables you. You say to yourself, this is the last one, knowing it is not. You don't need this car. But maybe, just maybe, this car needs you. Bring a trailer. It's never just a car.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with his plight?
Aha!
Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will trade in her office job to become the leader of a pack of dogs. As the owner of her own dog rescue, that is. A second act made possible by the reskilling courses Lisa's taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. And she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Learn more at aarp.org/skills.
Hello. Welcome in. This is Birds of a Feather Podcast with your boy Q City. Going ahead and doing the live react to the Hawks. Just terrible loss versus the Toronto Raptors to open the season. So officially we're 0-1 to open the season. It is troubling because it don't get no easier. I honestly was really hoping that we won this one because our next two are against real powerhouses. We'll get to that a little later. So if you guys have been listening to us through the football season, obviously we'll keep the Tuesday and Wednesday live records, Wednesday and Thursday drops. We're going to add a Thursday live record and then a Friday drop for all the Hawks pods, for the Hawks like weekly pod. But after each and every game, I will be here live reacting to hopefully something better than what we saw tonight. There were some good pieces. There were some bad pieces. Let's get into it. So we lose 138 to 118. I ain't got all the advanced stats right now. That'll usually be the Thursday breakdown, very similarly to how we do the live react for the Falcons on like right after the game, and then we go look at film later. But just baseline stats. I can tell you from watching the game, I ain't even got to look at the stats, is the fact that like Toronto did not shoot the three well at all tonight. Maybe they shot a decent percentage because they didn't take a lot of it. Let's see. 3-pointers. No, they shot 24% from three. We weren't much better. We shot 28%, but here's the kicker. If you go look at the Thunder game last night, they put up 53s. You go look at Toronto's game tonight, they put up 25 threes. They only connected on 6 of them, and they were able to score 138 points. How is that possible? Bro, straight up and down, we have no rim presence. And we're relying on a 30-year-old Porzingis who may or may not be able to, hold down the fort when it comes to rim presence in totality. One sec, guys. Sorry about that, family life. Back at it. So they scored 82 points in the paint. It was maybe more than that. I'm gonna go ahead down and look. No, 86. It got out of hand. It was like at 76 at one point. There is no rim presence, no rim protection. If we are true relying on a 30-year-old Porzingis to be our rim protector, we might be in some trouble. He had one good block tonight, but there's no pressure. There's no stopping the second pass. And then we put all this into perimeter defense, which yes, maybe we ran him off the three-point line, but like there's got to be some balance when it comes to no. We're gonna stay on the defense for a minute. The fouling was completely out of control. Completely out of control. There's no world in which we should be able to we should be in the bonus 4 minutes into a quarter. That happened in the third quarter. 4 minutes into the quarter, we're in the bonus, bro. Like Dyson, up until I think it was like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, had only played 12 minutes. And he caught his fifth foul early, like right after halftime, caught his fifth foul. The lead balloon, he couldn't get in and play. His teeth, right? Ricochet twisted an ankle. He was out for a period of time. When Jalen sat and Dyson was already out, Reach was in the back getting his ankle. The lead ballooned to like, I think it was 26. The highest it got, I know, was 29. Because I kept thinking, if it hits 30, that's just like a microcosm of who we are as a team. It was so bad, and we got it down to, we were at 6 at halftime. We got it down to 4 multiple times. Looked like we was gonna make a run. I think it was 77-74. 77-73. And then just the doors flew off that mofo, bro. Like, he scored 31 points in the final frame, but you allowed 45 points in the third quarter. You allowed 45 points in the third quarter. That's on top of allowing 36 in the first. The second and the fourth quarter don't really matter because they stopped scoring with like 4 minutes left. 3-4 minutes left. Like it was 4:11. I think they took their starters out. We took our starters out at 5 and some change. 20-point game. Couldn't get it below 21. Ended at 20 points. I'm so disappointed in this defense, bro. Like, and I don't even think there were some questionable calls, right? I feel like went both ways, but there was nothing I was going to see here that made me feel like, yeah, we're going to be a stout defensive team that can go against the likes of, Houston or Orlando, who we're facing next. Boston, who traditionally has a good defense. Like, nah. And on top of that, we put a lot into perimeter scoring, right? And we're perimeter defense. We're gonna sacrifice it on the interior end. Well, then we got to make shots. 10 for 35, 28% on threes. That's just not gonna cut it. 42% on field goals is terrible. Just as a team, you need to be sitting around 52, 53. You know what I'm saying? And then from three, like honestly, 35, 37% would be amazing, right? Like, if you put us at 37%, what is that? That's 8% more. It's probably 3 more shots. That's 9 points there. And if you move us from 42 to just 50 is 7 more shots at the no, if you add those 3, so it's 4 more shots. So that's 8 plus 9, 17. That's a 3-point game. That's a 3-point game. If we shot, and that's with them shooting 56% from the field, right? So like, if you just moved us up to 50% on the field goals and about 35% on the threes, 35 to 37% on the threes, it's a 3-point game. If it's 138, 135, I'm coming on here with a totally different attitude about the season in general. I'm not saying I completely lost hope, but it's just we're so bad defensively on the offense and in our offensive end, right? On the offensive end, We are not the Indiana Pacers. We're not the Charlotte Hornets. We're not a bad team. Usually you run when you're a bad team to hide your defensive inequities, right? We have spent a lot of money on defense, have good defensive players, can really operate in a half-court set. Why are we blazing up and down the field or blazing up and down the court? Like just back with a team that wants to be a transition-based team and operate in the paint. That was just like, that was terrible scouting. It was a terrible game plan. It made absolutely no sense. I was really disappointed with our offense. We took the ball out of Trey's hands a lot. I think if you look at Trey's stat line, it's going to look good. This is the danger of just box score watching, because the team scored 118 points, right? So like Trey was 34 minutes, 22 and 5, right? That's actually terrible for Trey. So that's right on par. Jalen Johnson was really the driving force in this game, 22, 8 and 7. He handled the ball so much. And he was 22, 8 and 7 and got sold a couple times. The person I'm worried about is Luke Kennard. So first 30 minutes, right? Porzingis had 26 minutes, but like I understand that the minute count is going to be a little weird considering we were blown out. You're going to pick up 5 to 7 minutes at the end of the game. So usually it looks like, based on rotation wise, Porzingis is going to be around 33 to 36 or 29 to 33 minutes per game. It looks like what he's going to be. Looks like Trey's going to be around 34 to 37. Looks like Jalen's going to be around 34 to 37. Reesh, I wanted to see so much more of him this game. And it felt like Luke Kennard was taking his minutes. And I know he had like a little blip in the third quarter, right? I think he only missed 3 minutes of game time there. And then obviously he didn't play much in that late stretch in the fourth. So maybe 10 more minutes. So you're looking at 31 minutes there. If that is what he stays around, I'm cool with that. But Luke Kennard, 30 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. That's totally misleading. Through 3 quarters, he had 1 shot. He was just unaggressive at all. You're out there 4 floor spacing in offense. And like, if we're going to be up and down transition 3 type of team, not only do you, 1, have to take those shots, but 2, you got to find open spaces. Now, speaking on the Pacers offense, they went through this lull last year as well. Hallie wasn't playing well. They were in 10th place for a long time in the East last year. And then they, caught their stride and boosted up. Maybe this is like this running gun type of offense is like what you want to do, constantly playing transition. You have athletes, you have big athletes. So like if you're trying to put a lot of paint pressure, it makes sense. But like it was 2 bad results tonight. It was the bad results tonight. We'll have the Hawks pod dropping tomorrow, right? Talk about season as a whole. We got the Magic on Friday, and then we have the Thunder on Saturday. So it's going to be a rough week. It's going to be, we got to put it together and get some wins. I thought tonight was going to be the easy one, and then, 2 tough games. But hey, it's 82 of these bad boys. Got to start by getting 1. So appreciate y'all. It's been your boy Q City. I'm out. Check us on rewind that. Check us on all social platforms at BOAF Media. Like, subscribe, hit the button, hit the follow. Always hit the chat for ATL so we can talk about your topics. Do the same thing on the Hawks podcast. And stay tuned if you are on the live. I'll be getting Taj on, and we will hit the betting pod. So it's been your boy Q City. I'm out. Peace. Hello. Welcome in. This is Birds of Feather Podcast with your boy Q City. coming live to you after a Hawks win 111-107 against the Orlando Magic. Not playing that theme song tonight. It's all about the Hawks, man. Rise up. Ice Tray, cold down the stretch. The coaching wasn't really, I won't say coaching was a factor, but it wasn't an inhibitor tonight. Injuries on the team, rest already early in the season, all of that came out with the win. So let's get into it. Reach out tonight. Ooh, having some live difficulties. All right, there we go. So Reach is out for tonight. Didn't see why. Probably rest or, you know, it didn't seem like anything too concerning. He did tweak his ankle late in the game versus the Raptors. So it's kind of like, hey, precautionary measure. We need you for the whole season. You know what I'm saying? The Dodgers are always going to rest on the side of caution. And tomorrow night. So it's like, hey, we're only going to play you in one of these games. Might as well sit you on the one closer to the injury. Might sit you for both, but that one made a lot of sense. And then Kristaps, Unicorn, he got hit with the flu or flu-like symptoms. Came out that he was dealing with POTS. You know what I'm saying? And, excuse me. All the age jokes, they gotta stop. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with POTS, and it saps you. They're managing that well, to my knowledge, and right now it just seemed like truly flu-like symptoms. But both of them were out, so we're down 2 starters. Right? Came out with Trey Dyson, Nikhil, Jalen, and Big O, I think started. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you they were all important for the game, right? So Dyson 6.9. Jalen had 12, 1, and 8, right? He only had 1 assist. Jalen got a few times. His passing ability is nice. Like there were because it's like, I don't know if I want this big forward handling the ball, taking out of Trey's hand. When Trey is a very capable playmaker, you're playing Trey off ball because you're playing them both a lot together. What's going on? No, Jalen he's a playmaker. He's a playmaking forward. You see 1 assist tonight, you're watching. You're not truly watching the game, because watching the game, he got sold a couple times. But yeah, he's real good passer. Nikhil Alexander Walker, he hit, it was almost 20 points. Yeah, 19, 4, and 1. Boy, them mid-ranges kept us in the game, especially down the stretch. They're a good defensive team. Tall, lanky, have the ability to get you on the perimeter. Carter down low is he's like a brick wall down there. It was sad seeing Jonathan Isaac get in the game late and get like that standing ovation type thing. He's been in the league 9 years, all with Orlando. Just a shell of, he was a all defensive player, yes, but he really had like defensive player of the year potential, and honestly, those knee injuries just kind of ruined him. But regardless, Orlando is a good defensive team, but really big front court. Really, really big back court. Like Anthony Black coming in as the backup point guard at 6'7". You know what I'm saying? 6'6", 6'7". So that's I think a lot of these offensive ineptitudes that happen over the course of this game, like those long stretches of not scoring, really was as much due to their defense as it was our offense. Now, I will say the free throw line was ridiculous tonight. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but the free throw line was ridiculous tonight. We missed a lot of free throws. Dyson went up, missed 2. in a row. Trey missed 2. I will say we had some unsung heroes for the night, right? So those were our starting 5. Um, Gay. Gay played a lot of minutes. Played a lot of minutes next to Big O. Played a lot of minutes next to Jalen. He played 30 minutes tonight, right? Really took not took Porzingis minutes, more so Big O took Porzingis minutes. He took Big O's minutes and then played a little extra, right? Because Big O in the lineup, I'm expecting around 24 to 27 minutes. He ended up getting up to 30, right? 13, 3, and 8. And those 13 came in like a flurry. I feel like him getting that technical. Trey said it in his ending interview that it was his tech, but I feel like Gay showing like that whole we're not getting pushed around, like I'm not giving you the ball back type of moment that resulted in him getting a technical. It put us down 11, but because like we had cut it a little close, I think we were like at 6 or 7, and then after the end of that sequence, I think some free throws have no. Trey's put us down 11. I remember that. So this one just put us down like maybe 8 or 9 or something. But like these happen pretty quickly around each other, right? Mid third quarter to early in the fourth, or late third, early in the fourth. And to me, it just shows like grit, toughness. We scored 33 points. We were plus 12 in the fourth. Plus 12 in any quarter is crazy. We were plus 12 in the fourth. Trey came alive late. He had 25 points, but honestly, I think going into like midway through the third quarter, he had like 11 points or something. He was the main driving force. Asa Nua got in the game, knocked down a 3, and then I think had a lay, or he had another 2 because he ended up with 5 points. Veet knocked down a big 3. Luke Kennard is I'm not sure what to make of him yet, right? You didn't have the full complement of who you would play off of in this game. He's getting 23 minutes, so he's getting a lot of minutes. I don't know what his overall theme is on the team, right? Is if he's playing the bogey role, then you're hunting threes on the perimeter. You are at the 3, and then maybe we're having Jalen at the 4. You're spelling Reach, or we're sliding you into 2, and we're keeping spacing on the floor by allowing you to run around, hunt threes, playing that 2-3 position. I see the role. I just haven't seen it to fruition yet. You know what I'm saying? In terms of him actually making significant impact. It's 2 games, right? I'm not sounding the alarm. He scored 6 points. I don't know how aggressive he was in shots. It didn't come off like he wasn't being super aggressive. It did come off like he was a little bit of a defensive liability, but a lot of that can be due to the fact that Orlando doesn't necessarily shoot the 3 well, but they have a pretty good offense that matches their defense. They play very complementary basketball, right? So like you're not going to get into a huge fast break game with Orlando. That's not going to happen. And it was kind of frustrating watching tonight because we did operate well in the half court. We did Orlando missed some bunnies, that's true, but we did make it harder for them to score in the paint. Now, the whole point of getting Desmond Bane was to be able to stretch that offense, right? Stretch offenses, make their defenses come out further, guard the perimeter, let Carroll go to work in the mid post and down into the post. It didn't happen tonight. I can't tell you how much Desmond Bane scored. Well, I can't tell you in a second here. Hold on. Let me scroll up and find it. Because I'll tell you, no matter how much score, it did not feel. He had his moments. Banchero had 11 points. He had 11 points, had to score a terrible percentage. Franz had 27. Dane had 15, the second leading scorer. Silva had 15 too. But that's the crazy part. Silva's 15. You felt it was momentum squeezes within the game. Like it made a lot of impact, right? Jet Howard only scored 3 points, and I only remember 2 of his shots, but they seemed super impactful because his 3 was entree in offense. I think ballooned the lead to like 9 or 10, and then his second 3 he missed while we were in the midst of a comeback, right? That 15-0 run, and then ultimately I think it was a 19-7 run. That's just it. Like when does it happen in the game? When is it impactful? I think those are the important pieces. Looking here, Jalen Suggs, they're still kind of monitoring his minutes. It's early in the season, so like, a lot of these stat lines are that Wendell Carter stat line 10-8. He left a lot at the rim. I'm not gonna lie to you. He left a lot at the rim. Now, defensively, he did his job, right? He altered shots at the rim. He made it a little bit difficult. We scored, our big scored from the perimeter tonight, right? And didn't necessarily drag him out because he was anchoring down there. It's just on us to make shots. And we did tonight. But no, he did his job. He did his job tonight. I will give him that. But he left a lot on the offensive end. Banchero only scoring 11. I will say he didn't seem super impactful tonight. So that does kind of track. Franz definitely seemed impactful, but that was a quiet 27. I feel like when we break that down and go into like what his scoring was across quarters, it wasn't as impactful in the fourth. And then their offense just went cold. Their offense went cold, man. And credit to the Hawks. They never let it get, I think, above 12 or 13. They never let it get too far out of reach. That they were able to catch it with the run, get ahead. It got nip and tuck there down at the end. Trey gets fouled late, knocks down the free throws. It's a win, right? Definitely much needed win. Losing to the Raptors. Once again, I complained about the game plan on that game. I complained about the rotations a bit. The shooting on that game was absolutely terrible on our end. You go to the shooting tonight. What I said we needed to shoot about 38% from 3, and you shoot about 54% from the field, right? That's a awesome offense. We shot 48 from the field, 28 from 3. These are damn near the exact same numbers that we had against the Raptors. Orlando just doesn't score like that, right? We shot 8 threes. We made 8 threes. They made 9. We made 41 shots. They made 37, right? And then as bad as we were on free throws, we missed 7 of them. They missed 13 of them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Orlando just had a really, really bad offensive night. I can't really say it was really our defense. But getting out of here with a win on the road is super helpful. I don't know if you feel great about this one. I feel like, but going in undermanned and coming out with a win, it's hard to feel bad, right? You don't feel great, but it's hard to feel bad. So we're gonna take the win. We're gonna enjoy it. It's been your boy Q City. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Hit that button so you know we're going live. At BOAF Media on all social platforms. As always, hit the live or hit the chats if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, basketball or football related. As you can see, I'm usually here for the after game lives for the Hawks. Taj will always join me for the after game lives on the Falcons. We'll do the Falcons pod weekly, and then we'll do a Hawks pod weekly as well. For anybody listening, we didn't do a Hawks pod weekly this week because we would only have one game. Right, we will have the Raptors game, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them bank. What you'll notice on Sunday, you'll hear a drop, and that's really just the lives for the week, all put together, and then that Hawks pod will drop Thursday. Will drop Friday morning, right? So live will be Thursday, it'll drop Friday morning. Sunday morning, you'll have lives for the week. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all that you do. It's been your boy. Oh, come back after the Thunder game tomorrow night. I'll be here again. It's been your boy Q City, and I'm out. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. It's Birds of a Feather Podcast with your boy Q City. And that was a thorough butt whooping tonight. That was tough. 117 to 100 loss to the world champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Just to be honest with you, 3 starters down for a game against the defending champs. That's not a good recipe. Let's get into it. So Reach is still being held out. It's crazy to me that he finished the Raptors game and like has been held out the past 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought they held him out last night so that he'd be available tonight. For him to still be out tonight was kind of like one of those. Damn, like come on, bro. As you can tell, I'm recording this a little later. Got caught up watching college football, but we will be on every single night after every Hawks game. So always tune in and hit that live button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when we go live. But we will go live after every Hawks game. So getting back into it, Rish was out. Porzingis was out, but I figured as much because like flu-like symptoms, that's not like just a day thing. To be honest, he might be out like a week. So I don't anticipate him playing Monday in Chicago. But if he does, that'd be awesome. And then Jalen was out. And I'm not going to lie, it seemed like just like a rest out. But that left Trey out there starting with Mo Gay, Nah, Big O, and Dyson, right? So like that team right there doesn't have a lot of perimeter shooting, right? It has dynamic wing defense, and Gay has shown to be a bit of a dog now low, right? I will give him that. Is that he kind of looking like he'll patrol the paint. He's going to be a junkyard dog, but it's not like a true rim presence in my estimation of it, right? I haven't seen it over the course of what he shows so far. To be honest, it's not like OKC got everything they wanted at the rim. Shea's just a master in the midi. Most defenses are set up to, and he's mastered taking the mid-range shot. So he's going to look good against most defenses. He had 35 and 5, literally an average game. And when I say average game, what if you listen to me, cool. If you don't, when I say average game, usually I rattle off guys' averages. And like Shea, he's averaged like I think last year it was like 37 and 8 or 38 and 7, one or the other. He had 35 and 5. That's basically like an average game. Like he just keeping his averages. But Chet, bad back and all, or so they said, had a 31.11 rebound outing. To be honest with you though, those two are the only two that killed us, right? Like to a high extent. AJ Mitchell scored 14, but he scored 14 mainly late. Like he had like 2 buckets while the game still mattered, and then he scored late. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, he had 14 and 10. He patrolled the boards really good. Dort played 27 minutes, but he had like really good defense on the Hawks end. Trey had like 15 or 20 points. Yeah, I was about to say it was a low regard. He did good on the assist. He had 15 and 10. Only played 30 minutes. It got out of hand. I'm gonna get to that here in a second. Nah had 17 and 3. He scored 15 plus in all 3 games, so that's nice. Big O's been in double figures all 3 games. That's nice. Yeah, he had 12 rebounds. So Moge, He's knocked down a couple threes. It's been nice. Veet got in there, knocked down a couple threes. That was nice. Asa Newell. So he got out there. He is shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. First double, 12 and 10. He was checking Chet for a little bit. Now I don't really see him putting the ball on the floor right now where he's at, but that corner three, he can shoot that, right? That wing three, he can shoot that. I haven't seen him shoot a straight on three yet, but that corner in that wing three, he's got it. He's got the corner from either side, and he's got the wing on the right. I love that, right? Haven't seen him put the ball on the deck, shoot mid range or anything like that. It's really threes or at the rim. But he's a rookie. Make it easy for him, right? Those are two easiest places to score. Can't believe I forgot his alley-oop, but that was his 5th point last night. He went up to 12 tonight. He hit 2 threes. He was active around the boards. He was active on the defensive end, which love to see. I think he was just like a breath of fresh air. And I put it in the chat. If anybody saw it, I was like, hey, promising rookie, athletic, who can stroke it from 3, wearing number 14. Bruh, don't go to church. Like, don't go to church, right? And I make jokes, but like AJ found God, and God, moved him to retire from basketball. So you can't argue with the man upstairs, right? Like, when you got to call in, you got to call it. It is what it is. Like, am I mad as a fan? Yeah, but like as a brother in Christ, like, bro, hey, when he called, you got to pick up the phone. It is what it is. Everybody got a boss, and he the biggest boss. So I get that. For Asa, though, I definitely see like sky's the limit. He's definitely got a future in the team. Now, for me, I don't see rotational minutes happening unless like there's injuries like that are occurring right now. Honestly, Porzingis and JJ minutes, their backup minutes are 1 spelled by each other, and then 2 spelled by Big O and Naw, right? Because Naw can slide down to the 4 when he needs to. But mainly he's guarding 2s and 3s. But like if we go small ball, he can slide down to the 4, and then Gay's playing as well. A good bit of minutes in these 3 games. Like, granted, there's injuries, but he's playing a good bit of minutes in these 3 games. So I don't really see a place for Asa unless we're doing like now, like dealing with injury. I think he's honestly behind Veet in the rotation, just because Veet has shown the ability to handle the ball a little bit more. But I like him. He's got a lot of bounce to him. He excites the fans when he gets out there, because like, we want to see fresh. We want to see the rookie. But yeah, in 25 minutes, he was really productive. When the game got out of hand, I think they got in at 6 minutes. He really didn't have a huge impact after that. He made scores, he made buckets when the game still kind of counted. But let's get into why the game got out of hand. So I've noticed a trend, right? And like when I talk about the Hawks pod on Thursday, it'll come out on Friday. You'll notice this over and over again, right? So we went into the Raptors game down 6 at halftime. Orlando game, I think it was down 4, between 4 and 6. And then this game, we were down 4. Our third quarters have been absolutely horrendous, all 3 games. Now, we had a big fourth quarter and came back versus the Magic, but the third quarter is when the games are getting out of hands for us, right? They're coming out of halftime with a plan, executing that plan to a high extent, and leaving us in the back burner. It's really, really frustrating to watch these leads balloon in the third quarter. Tonight, we were down 20 at multiple points. In the Raptors game, we got down to 29. In the Orlando game, we got down 13. Now, to be fair, Orlando doesn't look like they can score, right? And if you look around the league, that's kind of what's happening with them. They lost again tonight because they struggle scoring. So I'm really feeling frustrated with how exactly this offense is looking over the course of 3 games right now. tonight, the game plan definitely seemed like we're going to match them in the half court sets, which makes that Raptors game as much frustrating as possible. And then like the Thunder have a good half court defense. Like they have good set defenses. Tonight would have been a night where we push and try to get out in transition, but we don't have the athletes to keep up with them. To be honest, slowing the game down was probably your best bet. But like for me, I would have rather go down swinging. I think keeping it to that slow pace kept the game close. Kept the game close at first, but like we ended up they ended up pulling away from us. We got a 4-game home on the road stand coming. We've lost 2 games at home already. All right, our only one is on the road. Setting up for another mid-year. I can't do another 500 year, bro. We gotta tap in. We gotta lock in together. We'll be back Monday in Chicago. Need to win. It's too early in the season to say who's good, who's bad. I think preconceived notions happen all the time, but that's why we play the games, right? So we'll be there for Chicago. Appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe, follow, hop in the lives, and put your referrals. We'll talk about anything that we need to. Tune in tomorrow for the Falcons pod after the game. The live react versus the Dolphins. It's been your boy Q City. Taj will be with me then. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, mama, Mo's made a beat.